They come from all across the world, from many different lands. The brave from Britain, the confident from America, the determined from Japan, and anyone else, anywhere else, who wants to step up to the challenge. 100 challengers compete across a 4-stage obstacle course devised by the devil. Success means glory. Failure means humiliation. It truly is win or die. Many have tried. Very few have succeeded. But they all have one goal: to become the next champion. This is Ninja Warrior of Halo!
Hello guys, I'm Hunt Unit 751 and welcome back to Ninja Warrior of Halo. We're in the middle of the 20th landmark tournament in the show's history, and so far 50 out of the 100 challengers have attempted the first stage, but for many of them they have been unable to defeat this brutal course, with the half-pipe attack in particular causing a huge amount of damage. Even the experienced veteran Killer the Man found out he was no match for this course, as he failed at the half-pipe for the second tournament in a row. But despite these struggles, 2 competitors have managed to defeat the first stage. Strafe Helix proved it was 5th times the charm for him, as he finally got past the 5th obstacle, and in doing so booked his first place in stage 2. He was then followed by a near masterclass from the newcomer Black Chris, who, were it not for a couple of small slip-ups, could have had the all-time stage 1 speed record. As it is, he came home with the second fastest ever clear time of 31.86 seconds. Whilst these two can prepare themselves for the second stage, there are still 50 challengers waiting to take on the course. And today we will see the next 30 attempt stage 1. Who else will have what it takes to make it to stage 2? Let's head back to the start line where the action is about to resume. Well, we are halfway through the first stage, 50 runs in, only 2 clears so far, but it's still a little bit more promising than where we were at this stage in the last tournament. But now we are moving on to number 51. This is Noplex. He's a newcomer, but he also has an interesting background fact here. He is also a Griffball host and commissioner that works for 343. He's sort of admin. So not necessarily a pro player, but an important person in the world of Halo. Great to have him on the course as he makes his way up the rapid climb. Now going for the huge last jump. Can he make it? Oh no! Noplex! He almost made it. If he got a save jump, he might have actually made it then. Bad luck to him, but great to have him on the course. Now for another newcomer, this is Longshot Arrow 76. I want to say this guy's from the UK. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But 130 seconds for 9 obstacles as he makes his way onto the rapid climb. Avoids failing the first jump as he makes his way up the tower. No, he misses the second jump! He almost saves himself, but it's not good enough. And he crashes out on the first obstacle as well. Bad luck to him. Now, one of the things I love about hosting this course is that we get competitors from all over the world. And this next guy, Zekin Yuki, is another person that fits that criteria perfectly. He comes from Japan. So let's see how he does. I say he comes from Japan. His English is okay at best, but it's great to have a Japanese competitor. We've had a handful compete in the past. People like Joker Jams on Smokey's course and Shorty Force on my course and Smokey's course actually as well. So they stand out. Can Yuki stand out as well? He's made it through the first 2 obstacles, heading up to the pole maze nicely. Making his way through. Going pretty quickly as well at the minute. Could a new star be born from Japan? As he makes his way to the jumping spider. His first real test Gotta time that jump in the right spot, hit the trampoline and get into the spider, which he has done. Nice job. He's looking good right now as this newcomer. He makes his way through the inside of the spider and onto the half-pipe attack. How skilled are the Japs at half-pipes? He makes his way into it, into the head slide. He misses the head slide and he almost reaches the landing platform. But he doesn't, and he's out. A great debut nonetheless, and the crowd is gutted. This guy is shooting the ground, probably out of nerves if anything, because now that he's seen that run, it's his turn to run the course. Next up, we have another Brit. This is Team Taurus. That's his arse. Can we see his face? There we go. And he's another newcomer, another Brit. Let's see how he will fare. Can he do better than Longshot did? Interesting fact about this guy, he actually submitted he sent me a submission video, even though he didn't need to because I don't accept submission videos. But look at him fly through this rapid climb. He's not stopping. Is that going to cost him? No, it is not. Super speedy. Yeah, he sent me a submission video of him completing the Tournament 19 Stage 1 course. Of course, as we know, only 3 people beat that Stage 1, so very impressive. But will he be able to do it on the real thing? Makes his way into the pole maze. In comparison to the one he did on his submission video, this version is a little bit easier. He gets into it first time. Making his way out the other side. Gets the save jump. Well, it looked like he didn't need it. Now onto the jumping spider. Now he used the Neuromat technique on his submission video. You can't do that anymore. So has he learnt the technique? Without it? No, I don't think he has. He mishits it completely and he comes up short. Bad luck. But that now means we can move on to our next competitor, number 55. This guy's another veteran, but he has been away from this course for a very long time. Making his grand return is Crown Ferret 19. The competitor formerly known as Irish 1200. Irish competed 5 times on this course back in the old Halo Reach days, making his debut in Tournament 3 and turning his support as a fan into a dream, a reality as a competitor. Although he initially struggled to get to grips with the first stage during his first 3 appearances, on his 4th appearance in Tournament 6, Irish made a statement. Not only was he the first competitor to clear Stage 1 in this tournament, but he had earned his first ever Stage 1 success and the rank of veteran. His dream tournament almost got even better for him on Stage 2, as he just missed out on booking himself a place in Stage 3, falling short right at the finish line. Although he did return for the next tournament, in Tournament 7 he fell a little earlier, falling on Stage 1's jump hang, and then suddenly disappeared from the course, and it looked like that was the end for Irish. Now at this point I have a slight confession to make. Irish's so-called return in Tournament 16 was not in fact Irish, it was actually Dom in disguise. But there's no lies this time around. After 13 tournaments and almost 6 years away, let's see how Irish will fare. Irish 1200. He's called Crown Ferret now, but I will always know him as Irish. We couldn't get Dom back, but it's almost like a dream come true seeing this guy return to the course. 13 tournaments, almost 6 years away. Let's see how Irish will fare. 130 seconds for 9 obstacles. Ironically, this obstacle, despite all the changes that have gone on to Stage 1 and to the whole course, this obstacle is somewhat familiar to him as he attempted it on his debut, all the way back in Tournament 3, and he's through it nicely. Now for his first completely new challenge, the ball drop. He's done the rolling ball in the past, he's failed the rolling ball twice before, he's looking in control at the minute, and he's through it nicely. This guy missed the last of Halo Reach, all of Halo 4 and the MCC and the start of Halo 5, but he's looking like he's never been away. He's making it look pretty good at the minute, not going at the fastest pace, but still decent enough. Now for the jumping spider. The last time he competed, he failed a trampoline obstacle. That was the jump hang. Can he get the jumping spider? Yes, he can! Let's go, Irish! He is determined to make his comeback count. He's making his way through the inside of the spider. No, he overshoots Irish! He's undone on the spider! Crowned ferret, Irish is beaten on the first stage. His comeback comes to an end just as we were getting our hopes up. They're dashed and he's beaten. Look at this again. You gotta sprint to make this jump, but he over-sprinted. He actually overshot the column. We don't see that too often. These first two jumps, you can just do them normally, but then the last two and the dismount, you've got to sprint. You gotta move fast. Irish, maybe he was over keen, but either way, that is the end of the road for Irish and the end of his fantastic comeback on this course. Following on from Irish's wipeout, we had 4 more challengers stepped up to the course, but none of them were able to get past the third obstacle. Newcomer Rickety Hurdle screwing up the dismount on the pole maze. Then we had a returning veteran, Caucasians, formerly known as Asians, who failed the pole maze for the second tournament in a row. And then we had Charlie and Owen, who got past the ball drop where he failed last time and tried to do a full send technique on the pole maze. It didn't work, and when he tried to do it again, it didn't work. On the course right now, in the middle of the ball drop, is Z-Master, back for his third appearance. He missed the last tournament, but we most recently saw him in tournament 18. As he makes his way onto the pole maze. This is actually, despite being his third appearance, this is his first time that one of his runs has been shown. He's been fast-forwarded in both of his 2 previous attempts, so that's one positive he's got in this tournament. So he makes his way through the pole maze, and now onto the jumping spider. We just saw Irish fail here. Can Z get past this? Yes, he's into the spider. Making his way through the inside. Setting himself up for the jump where Irish failed. And he picks up the pace nicely, making up a little bit of time. What's he got? 57 seconds left. Onto the half-pipe attack. No one's got past this so far. Could Z be the man to break through? Oh, he almost missed the headslide and now he falls off. Gets his angles wrong. Bad luck to Z. But that now means we can move on to our next competitor. He's another Brit, another veteran from the past, making his grand return in this 20th tournament. Let's see how he will fare. Next, stepping up to stage 1 is Soul Reaper 1025. Soul is an OG in Halo jumping, having competed in the old Spartan Warrior days and competed in the first official Ninja Warrior of Halo tournament back in 2011. Soul is also the perfect example of a competitor that has started from the bottom. He failed the first obstacle on his debut in Tournament 2 and initially struggled with the first stage. But that all changed in Tournament 9. Not only did he clear Stage 1 for his first time ever, but he set a record as being the only competitor to ever clear Stage 1 as an elite. That success in Tournament 9 proved to be the spark for Soul. Not only did he manage to get back to the second stage in Tournament 12, but he set his personal best, making it to the third stage for his first and currently only time in his career, before ultimately being beaten by the body prop. In his 2 most recent appearances in Tournament 14 and the final Xbox 360 tournament in Tournament 16, on both occasions he made it to the second stage, but was unable to make it back to the third stage on both occasions. Soul has always been a competitor that has been in and out of competition, missing the occasional tournament, but after missing the last 3 and having his longest gap, how will he fare on his first appearance on the Xbox One? Soul Reaper. Even though he has missed a few tournaments, he's still making his 12th appearance on this course. One of the most experienced competitors and one of the most devoted, with his first appearance going all the way back to Tournament 2. Let's see how this guy will fare. 130 seconds, and Soul begins his comeback. His way on the rapid climb. This is an obstacle. This is the first obstacle he ever failed back on his debut, but this version is a little different to the one he attempted on his debut, but he gets through it nonetheless. Makes his way onto the ball drop. He's faced many a rolling ball in the past. Moving it quite quickly. Very nicely down both drops. And he has no problems with it. He's done rolling balls plenty of times in the past, but he has never attempted an obstacle like the pole maze before. Ooh, almost overshot the pole there. Gotta be careful, Soul. Back it up. Ooh, he's not gonna have enough there. No, he's gotta go back. Soul trying to make his way up the pole again. Oh, Soul, you're panicking. Don't panic, Soul. Relax. Relax. No, Soul. Oh, it's over. His comeback comes to an end earlier than we hoped. Gutting for Soul. But that now brings us on to our next competitor, and what the hell's happening here? What the hell? This is another Chris intro. Oh my god, what is happening with that arse? Look at it shaking on. No! No! This is not appropriate. No! Somebody cut the camera feed! Oh, thank god. Next up on the course, we have Paddy Freakin, aka of Paddy Freakin Clips. Paddy is one of the competitors that has joined the jumping community following the transition to the Xbox One. Paddy has competed 3 times on the course, and although he failed stage 1 on his debut, on his second appearance 2 tournaments ago in the first Halo 5 tournament, Paddy made it all the way to the cliffhanger in stage 3. Earning himself a joint first place finish in that tournament. That was the good, but in the last tournament we very much saw the bad from Paddy, as he crashed out on just the 3rd obstacle on stage 1, the pole maze. So after that disappointing defeat, how will Paddy fare this time around? His 4th appearance. Paddy is definitely one of the most skilled jumpers that has joined the community since we made the transition to the Xbox One. Just whether he can bring it together consistently enough on a run. Ooh, almost comes up short there on the rapid climb, but gets the safe jump to be sure. Now going for the ball drop. He's waiting with the ball. What's Paddy doing? He's going to pole vault the whole ball. Whoa, is that even legal? Well, I guess we'll let Paddy get away with it. Now it's time for some revenge on the pole maze. He gets into the head slide. He shoots. He knows this was the obstacle he failed last time, but this time it's not gonna defeat him. Makes his way through to the other side, and now onto the jumping spider. Not stopping for breath, Paddy goes for it. Hits the trampoline nicely and into it. And making his way through the spider quickly as well. Paddy is looking good, looking fast, keeping up a solid pace as he goes right for the half-pipe attack as well, not waiting at all. No, Paddy gets his jump wrong, and that's another competitor out at the half-pipe. This half-pipe attack is causing all sorts of problems, but following on from Paddy's defeat, more competitors stepped up to the course, but still failed to make any kind of impact on the course, most still crashing out on one of the first 3 obstacles. And if someone did manage to get past the pole maze, they found the jumping spider was too difficult to get past. Brigsaw tried to go for a safe save jump on the ball drop, but ended up falling completely behind the ball. And Skyridge did manage to get to the jumping spider before he crashed out. And the one competitor that did manage to get past the half-pipe found that the warped wall was too much. It now means following the 2 successes we saw earlier in stage 1, we've now had 25 straight fails. On the course right now, making his way through the ball drop is our next competitor, a newcomer. This is not Philip. I suppose if he's not Philip, perhaps we'll never know. Oh dear, lagging all over the place there. If he's not Philip, then who is he? Is he Bob? Brian? Dave? Barbara? I don't know. But he makes his way through the pole maze, and now heading for the jumping spider. Can he get this? Oh, did he hit the trampoline wrong? What the heck was that? His lag made it look like he almost clambered up the spider. That was pretty funny. He's hanging on by the skin of his teeth here as he makes his way into the half-pipe attack. He misses the head slide, and that's another competitor out at the half-pipe. Philip couldn't lag his way into the head slide there. But that's now 26 straight stage 1 failures. And it brings us on to our 70th competitor. This is another one of the new generation of competitors and a veteran looking for revenge. Next up on the course is DHG Fireball, another one of the new competitors that has joined us from the Xbox One era, although he actually made his debut in the final Xbox 360 tournament and is today making his 5th appearance. Although Fireball has established himself as one of the most promising new jumpers in Halo jumping, on this course in 4 previous attempts, he's only managed to clear stage 1 once. That was in Tournament 18, where, like Paddy, he made it to the cliffhanger in stage 3. In the last tournament, he crashed out like so many others on the first stage, going out at the incredibly difficult jumping spider. But now he's back today as a man on a mission looking to improve on his stage 1 record. He feels he's had huge success on the other courses. He's not really had the breakout that he would have wanted. It started out in Tournament 18. He hasn't really kicked on, and his overall record, he wants to improve on it. Not to say that failing the jumping spider is anything to be ashamed of. It was incredibly difficult in the last tournament, seeing the likes of Smokey go out on it. Fireball making his way up the pole maze, flying through the course of the minute. Just 30 seconds gone on the time, and he's already past the 3rd obstacle. Now it's time for the jumping spider, where he failed last time. He hits the trampoline, and he's into it nicely. He gets his revenge on the jump. Can he seal the deal on the obstacle? Yes, he can. Nicely done by Fireball. Now for the half-pipe attack. Only 5 people have got past this obstacle so far. Looks like Fireball's going to be the 6th. It's the stopper and drops down nicely. We have a man through the half-pipe attack. Can he get up the warped wall where John D. Riley couldn't? Yes, he can. He's got almost a minute left on the clock as he hits the flying chute. He is flying through this course right now. He gets the bar on the chute that Petrillo couldn't. Down the other side. And he's got 47 seconds left for the final 2 obstacles. Is he going to beat Black Chris's almost record-breaking time? He's making his way up the rope ladder. Spring jumps to the top. He's going all the way. Fireball, 33 seconds left on the clock. That is the 2nd fastest ever clear time. Black Chris had taken it, but it's not for very long, because now it's Fireball's, and he's the 3rd competitor to beat stage 1 in this tournament. And 2 of them have finished the stage with over 30 seconds left. What an incredible performance by Fireball. From start to finish, he flew through this course, barely stopping at all. He's flying through the obstacles, got his revenge on the jumping spider. I'm sure that would have been in his mind, making sure he could beat that jump. Got past the half-pipe attack that's taken out so many competitors so far. Only the 6th man through it in this tournament. And then he got up the warped wall in 1, and that set him up for setting the 2nd fastest ever clear time in stage 1 history. DHG Fireball is heading back to the 2nd stage for the 2nd time in his career. Fireball succeeds, and let's see if that can open the floodgates for more success. Our next competitor stepping up to the course is another veteran. This is Swantron97, formerly known as Sauron Sucks. Back for his 3rd appearance today, the host, or one half, of Aborigines Warrior, ready to take on the course. You saw there he failed the half-pipe attack in the last tournament, and as punishment for failing stage 1, he decided to change his name. Sauron doesn't suck anymore, apparently. Smokey will be furious. He's on to the ball drop. He has set himself a high target this tournament. He failed stage 1 last time. Today, he not only wants to get past stage 1, he wants to get to stage 3. Oh, Sauron, the Swan, shooting the ball. We don't see that very often, and we've certainly never seen anyone successfully pull it off. But pull it off he does. Now he's quickly making his way through the pole maze as well. Heading down. I keep calling him Sauron. I always know him as Sauron. It feels weird having to say Swantron now. But now he's into the jumping spider. This didn't cause him any problems in the last tournament, and it doesn't again today. Making his way through the inside. Obviously going at a slightly slower pace than Fireball was. But Fireball was going at an insane pace. Now for the half-pipe attack. He failed this last time. Fireball got past it, and looks like Swan's going to get past it as well. He gets his revenge on the half-pipe attack. Pushing on to the warped wall with 50 seconds left on the clock. Goes straight for it on the warped wall. Almost gets up it on the first attempt. Oh, now he's trying to rush it. He's not backing up enough. Come on, Swan. Backs up now. Can he get it? Yes, he does. He gets it on the fourth try. He's still got enough time left here as he goes for the flying chute. Yes, he lands it. He beat it on his debut, and he beats it again today. 24 seconds left. He's got enough time to beat this stage. Making his way down onto the rope ladder. We may have seen the super speedy run from Fireball, and this may be a slower pace, but it's still going to be the same result. A stage 1 success for Swantron. 8.5 seconds left on the clock, and he takes his revenge on stage 1. Beat the stage on his debut, crashed out of the salmon ladder. He wants to get some revenge on that obstacle today. And Swan steps up when he needed to in this 20th tournament. Incredible run, culminating in that amazing technique on the ball drop. He flew through the jumping spider and then got his revenge on the half-pipe attack where he failed in the last tournament. Although he did risk it a little bit with his technique on the warped wall, he managed to get there in enough time to take 4 attempts at it and then left himself enough time to finish the rest of the stage. It may be the slowest time so far in the tournament, but it doesn't matter. A clear is a clear, and like Fireball, Swan will be heading back to the second stage for the second time in his career. Well, the sun is now setting over Mount Midoriyama and the 20th first stage. We've now had 2 successes in a row. Can we keep that success going? As our next competitor steps up to the course, he was one of the few success stories that we had in the last tournament. Atlantic champ made it to the flying chute last time out for his personal best. He was one of only 11 competitors to reach the flying chute last time out. Unfortunately, he did come in 11th because he got there the slowest, and you didn't see nothing. He just missed out on a place in the top 10, but it has been steady progression from Atlantic so far. He failed the jumping spider on his debut, but then got to the warped wall in tournament 18 and then the flying chute last time out. So can he now take the next big step and finally get past stage 1? He's a man on the mission so far. He's flying through the first few obstacles, almost at Fireball-esque speed. Makes his way through the pole maze and onto the jumping spider. Heads for it, hits the trampoline, but comes up short. Atlantic, no! Atlantic fails the jumping spider. He's back to square one. I actually want to have a look at this in a bit more detail. He failed it on his debut in tournament 17, but then when he got past it in tournament 18, there was no trampoline in that tournament. When it returned in tournament 19, he got past it, but he used the Bumpé technique. You can't do that anymore. You can't do the Bumpé, the Nuramak technique. You can see there, Atlantic, he jumped too early, and he's back to square one. Atlantic will have to start again at the jumping spider. That is disappointing for Atlantic. There goes our winning streak. Let's see if we can get back on track, though, with our next competitor. This is HNW Superman, back for his 3rd appearance. He competed in the last tournament, but was unable to get past the pole maze. So let's see how he will fare this time around. 130 seconds for 9 obstacles. Still very disappointed that there's not a, I don't know, NWOH Batman or something. Someone needs to make that. I don't know, what goes... It's difficult. What works with NWOH? I don't know. I'm sure someone can think of something. But Superman is making his way through the ball drop. Not going too fast at the minute. So we're down the first drop. Down the second drop. And off the other side. Now for the pole maze where he failed in the last tournament. Can he get it this time? He's up into the head slide. Yes, he can. It looks like he's going to get his revenge. As long as he doesn't screw up the dismount here. No, he doesn't. Gets a safe jump and secures it. Now for the jumping spider where Atlantic just failed. Can he get this jump? It's the trampoline and he's into it nicely. Awesome job by Superman. His pace is a little bit slow though. He's going to have to start thinking about picking up the pace if he wants to clear stage 1. He makes his way to the end. No, he touches the window! And he knows it! That's disqualification! Superman is out! Just as his run was looking good. He is gutted. Oh, Superman. Let's get a look at a replay of that again. So, as we saw earlier on with Irish's run, you need to sprint through these last couple of jumps. But if you take a look here, he just comes up short. He lands on the very edge of that column. And to be fair, he gets an incredible save to land back on the window. But that is disqualification. Now hoping to make it past the jumping spider where our last two competitors couldn't is Iraraf. Also on his third appearance, and a specially invited competitor. We haven't seen this guy since tournament 17. He's making his way through the inside of the spider. Gets past the pitfalls that took out our last two competitors. And now onto the real obstacle that's been causing problems, the half-pipe attack. Can he crack this? Goes for it. Gets into the head slide. Hits the stopper. And it looks like he's going to be in the clear. Look at his pace though. Like Superman, he's not going very fast. And he's going to need to pick up the pace here. On his last appearance, he failed the last obstacle on stage 1. If he doesn't pick up the pace, it's going to happen again. The warped wall, he doesn't get up it first time. This is not looking good for Iraraf, but he gets up it on the second try. But he's only got 20 seconds left. He's not going to have enough time to finish this stage. His pace is too slow. He goes for it on the flying chute. He jumps a bit late and he comes up short. A good effort, but not good enough. And Atlantic joins him in the pond. The crowd is gutted, Fireball, and a very special competitor that we're going to be seeing very soon watches on, hoping to learn some lessons from Iraraf. We'll see him a little later on, but now we are moving on to our 75th runner. 3/4 of the way through the tournament, the next man up is an experienced jumper in the Halo community, chasing his stage 1 success. Next up on the course, we have Pixel Projects. Pixel has been competing on this course since Tournament 10, formerly known as Halo Legends 6 and Cork Toaster 5. He initially struggled badly on the course, not even managing to get past the first obstacle. As his experience grew, he managed to get a little bit deeper into the course, setting a personal best in Tournament 15 when he made it to the warped wall when it was the second to last obstacle. Unfortunately, he couldn't get up it in time. This is all in stark contrast to the incredible success he's had on Smokey's Halo Ninja Warrior, where he's turned himself into quite the competitor on stage 1.
Making his 8th appearance on stage 2 is the veteran Pixel Projects.
His 8 clears on the first stage of that course see him stand alongside some of the legends and all-stars on that course. Despite all that success, he has never managed to clear the first stage in Ninja Warrior of Halo. On his most recent appearance in Tournament 18, he came close, tying his personal best when he made it to the flying chute, but he still was unable to defeat the first stage. Now he's back today for the 20th tournament, specially invited on his 8th appearance. How will he fare? Could this be the tournament where he gets his first Stage 1 success? 130 seconds for 9 obstacles. Pixel is off. Pixel's a nice enough guy, and it's great to have seen the success that he's had on Halo Ninja Warrior. But in stark contrast to how much he struggled on this course. Oh, he shoots the ball, he makes another silly mistake! Pixel is out! Well, following on from his early exit, 2 more competitors took on the course, and the less said about this newcomer, the better. So we'll move on from him. Then we had Walking 5099, the veteran who managed to get past the jumping spider, which took him out in the last tournament, only to then crash out on the very next obstacle, the half-pipe attack. His campaign once again. That brings us on to the man who, in the last tournament, came closest out of all of the 97 challengers that failed the first stage. The 97 fails that we saw on Stage 1 last time out, Bananarama got the closest, running out of time on the last obstacle of Stage 1, but in doing so, he did secure himself a 4th place finish. Could this be the tournament where he gets his revenge and gets to Stage 2? He's off to a flyer at the minute, clearly going at a fast pace, but as we pick him up heading to the warped wall, his pace has slowed somewhat. A fast start, but he seems to have lost it in the middle. As he hits the warped wall, he gets up it in 1. That's crucial. He took too many attempts in the last tournament. He's now going for the flying chute. Managed this in the last tournament. It gets on the bar again. Takes a couple of save jumps. Don't spend too much time here, Banana. He's oh, he almost undershot the landing platform. Almost pulled a snaz. But he's got 16 seconds left. He still has enough time here. Is this the revenge of Bananarama? The klaxon sounds for 10 seconds. He makes a mistake. Oh, what a save. He's still on. He's going. But no, he makes another mistake. No. Bananarama is beaten again on the last obstacle. I do not believe what has just happened. He had the finish line in his sights, victory in his grasp. He made a simple mistake and then panicked. Bananarama jumped too early, that hit his head, and pulled off an incredible save to land back where he was, but by that point the time was against him. Even if he hadn't slipped up here, he would have run out of time, and he's out again on the last obstacle. That now brings us on to 2 competitors who have had a huge impact in the jumping community, the first of whom in the modern era. Back for his 3rd appearance on the course is RPG445, or ROG as we know him. ROG is the host of the biggest new major jumping course to come out of Halo 5.
This is the ultimate survival attack, Spartan Sasuke!
As a competitor, ROG has competed twice on this course. He made his debut in Tournament 18 and did very well, making it onto the bar of the flying chute, but screwing up the dismount. That did, though, secure him a 15th place finish on his debut. But on his 2nd appearance in the last tournament, ROG was taught a harsh lesson, as he crashed out on just the 2nd jump on Stage 1. The question now is, after such a difficult performance last time out, will he have what it takes to bounce back and clear Stage 1 today? ROG, the Spartan Sasuke host, back for his 3rd appearance. Will he have what it takes to step up this time around? There is no sextuple steps for him to get his revenge on this time around. Instead, he faces a new challenge right off the bat in the rapid climb. He's going to take it one step at a time, one obstacle at a time, and he's through the first one nicely. Making his way onto the ball drop. Because of his early exit in the last tournament, there are a few obstacles here which he's now getting his first experience of. The first of which being the ball drop, but he has no trouble with it at all. Now he's on to the pole maze. Doesn't like this obstacle. And clearly the obstacle doesn't like him as it throws him back down, but he recovers quickly and is into the head slide. Crowd of competitors watching on. Is in there. I believe that's Weapon Man as well watching on. As Rog goes for the jumping spider. His first experience with the trampoline is a good one. Doesn't pull an Atlantic. He's making his way through the inside nicely. No trouble at all as he hits the half-pipe attack. This is the obstacle he was worried about the most. Can he get it? Nicely done. Gets into the head slide. No, he misses the exit though. What just happened there? Rog is beaten at the half-pipe attack. Let's look at this again. He gets into the head slide, but as he hits the stopper is angled slightly, and it's a smaller piece. He got into the head slide, but he got his angles just ever so slightly wrong, so that when he hit the stopper, he bounced out and falls into the water. That is very unlucky. That is gutting for Rog, but it now means that we are on to our 80th competitor on stage 1. And this is a guy who has had a huge impact in the history of Halo jumping, and is here for this 20th tournament.
In the heart of New Mombasa, this is Spartan Warrior,
the original host. Next up on stage 1 is It's My Yard, the creator of Spartan Warrior. Spartan Warrior is the obstacle course where it all began for Halo jumping all the way back in 2007. A brutal course on Halo 3 that quite literally pushed our competitors beyond their limits and saw the birth of ninja jump maps, ninja stars, and ninja obstacle courses. Regardless of how Spartan Warrior may have ended, it can safely be said that without it, who knows what would have become of Halo jumping. Every single major jump course that has began in the last 10 years has been influenced and might not have even happened if it wasn't for Spartan Warrior and It's My Yard. Now Yard is here today to make his debut in this 20th anniversary tournament. But having been away from the Halo scene and the jumping scene for so long, and himself admitting that he is not a skilled jumper, will Yard have what it takes to step up to the challenge of this first stage? Yard. Every major jump course, every small little fun course, every course that wasn't even going to be made into a YouTube channel has been influenced in some way by this guy. And now he's here for his debut. Let's see how Yard will do. Even if this is the only time we ever see him on this course, let's just enjoy it for what it is and see how far Yard can get. As he makes his way through the rapid climb and he gets through it nicely, avoids a disaster. That's Atlantic in the background, we'll ignore him. As Yard heads onto the ball drop. Now he himself has admitted that he is not that skilled of a jumper, despite his experience in the world of Halo jumping as a host. But he makes the ball drop look very easy. Nicely done, Yard. Goes onto the pole maze. No, he overshoots the pole and it's over. It's over for Yard. Just as we were getting our hopes up. Just as he was starting to look good. Yard powered his way through the first obstacle nicely. Looked very comfortable on the ball drop, it has to be said. But as he came to the pole maze, he threw himself at it and got onto it, but only just overshot it. Maybe a save jump could have kept him on it, but we'll never know, as Yard drops out. And for what it's worth, it was great to have him in this first tournament since the 10-year anniversary, and the 20th tournament overall on this course. And just like that, guys, it now means 80 challengers have stepped up to stage 1. From newcomers to regulars to veterans, they've tried, but for most of them, they're going home still unable to defeat the obstacles of Stage 1. We saw several competitors from the past, such as Irish and Soul, return, only to find they were no match for this new generation of the course. Whilst for our 4th place finisher in the last tournament, Bananarama, it looked like he was going to get his revenge on Stage 1, only to suffer another heartbreaking exit on the rope ladder. Despite all of this, we do have another 2 competitors moving on to the second stage. Both cleared Stage 1 for their first time in Tournament 18, and both got their revenge today after failing Stage 1 in Tournament 19. So 4 competitors are through so far. Fireball currently has the fastest time and just missed out on the Stage 1 speed record. He's joined by Black Chris, Strafe Helix, and Swantron97, who also cleared today and currently has the slowest time. With these 4 successes, it also means that we have already surpassed the total number of Stage 1 clears that we had in the entire previous tournament. But we're not quite done with Stage 1. There are still 20 challengers waiting to take on the first stage, which includes some of the best competitors of all time in this course's history, including the 3 men that beat Stage 1 in the last tournament, and all 4 of the Xbox One All-Stars. The question is, who else will have what it takes to join the 4 competitors already through to the second stage? And will we see the revenge of the All-Stars? In the last tournament, every single one of them failed the first stage for the first time in the course's history. So will they have what it takes to succeed this time around, or will they suffer another Stage 1 defeat? I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time for the finale of Stage 1. Until then, guys, I've been Hunt Unit 751. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.